Okay, hopefully that works. It's still not showing up. Aha, we're live, I think.
You got it?
We have got it. We are live. I can hear your voice. I can hear mine.
That's good.
That is great. I'll just double check to make sure I'm not seeing and hearing things. Alright.
Okay, who are you watching?
Yep, we're active. I'm watching It's Cozy, the reserve for Ferrari today.
Oh.
I think he's gone a bit wide. I think he might have abandoned his lap. Or maybe not.
The lap is still active.
He's still going.
It's not invalid.
Oh, he does back off though.
Okay.
Yeah, he's backed off.
Yeah, you can see if the lap is invalid on the right bottom.
I think it's
If the
the
map is
Kearney's
valid.
on the time lap, going across the line now, putting him in P3. Good time to remind everyone about the Sick Boy Super lap, which was a 1:14.1. Pretty incredible lap if you ask me.
Yeah, no one gonna beat that.
No one. And we have a few
JDM.
new drivers today.
JDM DNF somewhere.
In the pits.
Ah, he has a quali bun.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad.
So we do have a few new people, permanent people, that being Panthlon UK, who joins Pudnick in the Alpine, and we've also got, well, he's not here because of some issues with joining the session, but he joins the Red Bull, I think it's Lem KSS.
Who's the man to watch now? Donald? Phil Donald is
I
on a
was
flying
watching
lap, I
Pudnick,
think.
but it's just invalidated his lap heading into turn.
I think Phil Donald is on a fast lap. He's in sector 3.
I've gone blind, whereas others. Good exit out of the final corner. It won't be a bad time, that's for sure, but I don't think it will be pole. 1:16.4, definitely more time than that.
Oh, underboss P6. 1:16.0.
Who is... So we have 4 yet set time, including the championship leader Poppy, who is set in the pits. However, Nice Job Mate is going around sector 2. Tom Taylor still in sector 1.
I think no one is on a hot lap right now.
Gooders might be going for one. Although, no,
He's pretty slow. I don't think so.
Infamous Aim, I believe, is on a hot lap. Going around sector 3 now. Keeps it tidy around the last few corners, and I do think he is setting the time. That puts him one position higher than he previously was. And I'm going to sit aboard Tom Taylor as he's just starting his flying lap.
Okay, yeah. Also pretty good for a sector so far.
Yeah, very tidy. Quite a lot of speed. Ooh, Valdes. We've seen a lot of that in Imola. Very difficult to keep it nice and clean. That brings on to Poppy, who is starting and just invalidated. That is a big shame. Tyres do wear off quite quickly here in Imola, so getting that lapping is vital. It's a nice job from 8, who hasn't set a time yet. Just coming round to the penultimate corner on a time lap, and I think I saw a glimpse of purple.
I think the next one to watch is Tristan. I think he's starting a lap now.
But nice job, mate, is on the mediums. It goes P10.
Yeah, Tristan is starting his lap now.
He should be looking to improve his current lap time to cement himself on pole. He did a very good job in Tier 1 on Thursday. He was a reserve and he was actually leading the race for a few laps before the safety car and got
he lost
demoted
with penalties.
Yeah. Just clips on the exit of that corner there. JKS is in P2. How long has he been there for? I've not seen him in the top front row actually yet, and he's just put in the P2, which is very impressive.
I think United won us on a hot lap. Yeah, he is.
He is up in his time by 1/10 in the first sector alone, which is pretty impressive. See what he can do. P4 currently, and also I think he's P4 in the driver's standings.
I can look quickly.
Yeah, as he's a bit hesitant there on the exit, as he's lost the back end, very difficult to do so, and he invalidates on that very tricky chicane.
United one was P2 after Saudi Arabia, but we don't have the standings for Austria.
Oh, that's true, yeah. Robert got a bit bored. But yeah, P2, so being P4 in the grid already is really, really strong. As I think Kevin Kenny is now just starting his hot lap. So watch him as he goes through turns 1 and 2. He has been a fantastic qualifier so far. I believe he has 2 poles. As he goes through this set of chicane, kind of a bit of a streamline, but does lose it.
The same for me.
And he does back off, despite turn 1 and 2 being really glorious. Phil Donald now in sector 2. I believe Noyce is on the mediums.
Oh, it's close. He crashed somewhere.
That looks like the end of sector 1.
Yeah.
Sector 2. Very easy to lose it on there. You have to have a lot of stability. There's a nice job. Phil Donald goes across the line, and he gets a P4. That is a 9/10 improvement for Phil Donald. That is really good, especially for where he is in the championship. As I think he's going again. And I'll rewatch Kevin Kearney as he goes through for another run after invalidating his first one. Well, not invalidating, messing up his first run. Not as good as a run through turn 1 and 2 as the last time, but he's way tidier through turns, I think that's 4 and 5.
2 turns, very good.
So far, very strong lap. Runs wide and validates.
A little bit.
We've seen that 3-4 times now, and he was 6 tenths up, so it would have been perhaps P3, P4. What could have been?
Scruff is on P2, I think. Might
Wow, yeah. Sorry I couldn't catch that.
And still Poppy without a time. I think Poppy's starting to lap now. He's gone wide again.
It's happened a few times already. How many laps have he done? Tom Taylor not set a lap time yet, and he is on a time lap and down in P16.
Dino crashed.
That is unfortunate.
Rhea.
Again, coming out of that turn 3-4 in sector 1. As Tom Taylor has just finished his time lap, and that will put him pole position. Wow, by some margin as well. That is great from him. Great for the Alpha Boys.
What was the pole time from Tier 1?
I will check that out now. But that is a huge turnaround for Tom Taylor.
Oh, Goras lost it. Sector 2.
Yeah, the pole lap time for Tier 1 was 1:14.5. So he's 5 tenths off Mirko's pole lap time from Thursday.
Okay, Poppy now. I think he can go on a fast lap now. He can, yeah.
Championship leader for Tier 2. Let's see what he can do. That rhymes. That is purple sector 1. Didn't seem too fast, but apparently it was. So good so far. Now it's all about stringing the lap together, not going wide into this very infamous turn.
Okay, he got it.
He did. A little slow at the exit though, trying to avoid track limits. So far, very good lap.
Could be a really, really good lap.
Very strong indeed. He's got sector 1 nailed down, and sector 3 is not bad either. As he's just
put him in pole range.
P2. Still, Tom Taylor's lap is quite untouchable. Almost full on 2 tenths faster. However, Poppy's never been up there in terms of qualifying, but definitely up there in the race with his fantastic qualifying. A little bit like Robert in Tier 1.
Oh, Pantalon lost it in Sector 2.
Yeah. Oh, what's his corner called again? Aquamilano?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that, I have no clue. But very difficult to get this corner right. Ourselves spun Alpine, by the way, as well, same car. But nailing that gear will make or break the lap, as we've seen. An infamous aim on the time lap, and 4 lap old hards meet for softs. I don't actually think he's pushing.
4 laps, a little bit too much, I think,
Definitely
to get a really good lap.
a lot slower. You'd probably aim for maximum 2 time lapse. I think he is going a bit slow, but Pantheon UK is going again for a time lap. He'll sit on his board.
I will spectate noise. He's pretty disappointing for now. Also on P12.
I don't think he set a lap time on softs as of now. They are medium times, I think. Pantheon
Right,
UK
that's
gets
his.
very close to track limits here. Gets a little bit of wheel spin, oversteer, even out the back of Aqua Minerale. Yet he's setting, it won't be a bad time. I believe that was an improvement, but not enough to snatch another position.
It looked like a solid lap from noise. But P6. We did some mistakes in sector 2.
Yeah, he's got plenty of time to correct those mistakes. Is he going again? I highly doubt. Here in Imola, it really drains your ERS, so it'll be useful to do something called a cooldown lap, where you can recharge your battery, have your tyres nice and cool.
He has no time for the cooldown lap.
How much time? Oh, that's it. That's the end of qualifying. All the yellow flags, I can't see it. As I think someone's parked at sector 1. Might be Kevin Kearney. It is Kevin Kearney.
Noise is almost the same time he has before. A little bit slower. Okay, now he's up 1/10. And here though.
Kevin Kearney is not setting another lap time. Neither is Infamous. Pantheon UK is 5/10 up and does improve to 11th, just ahead of his Alpine teammate Pudnik. And I believe that is qualifying over, as most of mates invalidated. Kevin Kearney is not pushing. Yep,
That's it, yeah.
that is our grid. So we have Tom Taylor taking pole, Scruff, Poppy in third, fourth is Tristan for the second row, Kevin Kearney and JKS for the third row, both Mercedes in the fourth row, and we have United 1 and MF Underboss, 9th and 10th, 11th, 12th with both Alpines, Pantheon and Pudnik. We have Justine and Infamous Aim down in 13th, 14th. We have Gudders, it's Cosley in 15th and 16th, and JDM with the qualifying ban in 17th. Were there some surprises on the grid today?
I don't think so. No, not really. But I just saw that Lemkis, is it his name? I don't know. He just joined the session. He might be able to race.
That is good news indeed. As it's a front row lockout for Alfa Romeo, who are... That is a great result from those two. Very close qualifying grid.
Also Scruff just set a new PB and we didn't realize again.
Yeah, I've
We only saw Poppy on P2.
neglected him all session, poor thing. Has Lem KSS managed to join?
I think I will keep my camera on the back of the grid, so
I'll keep
let's
my
see what's
camera
going
on
on
front of
there.
the grid. See if we can catch some action. So what are the type of strategies that we saw in Tier 1? The game suggests a 2-stop strategy or 1-stop strategy from soft to hard,
The
or
game, yeah,
soft, medium,
soft, hard. Yeah. I think the main strategy are going to be soft, medium.
That's a strategy we saw a load of people use, but some
Yeah,
didn't, some actually
it's
went
definitely the fastest one.
as we head off for the formation lap before the actual race.
Oh, what happened there? Wait.
Now must be contact at the back of the grid.
I've absolutely no idea what happened there, but
Neither do I.
yeah.
Only one DSQ as well. Very strange. As we'll put on some detail to see position change before we head off into the race.
Oh, he wrote me his internet is bad. Maybe it's something with the connection.
Maybe it is. Yeah, then KS is having some issues. I don't think it's the game or our lobby, which is really unfortunate. You don't like to see it.
I hope it's not the lobby. The lobby would be...
That'll be PTSD. That would not be great.
Oh! Who's this? Phil Donald lost it. Information lab.
Not something you see every day. I guess his tyres will be very grassy at the start of this race. It's
He will lose
close
somewhere, but that could be an advantage too, because he has the hotter tires.
That is true. However, who will not have hard tyres is It's Closely, who has sat there on the grid for the entire lap, and someone else's DSQ, Poppy and Tristan. Luckily it won't matter too much because everyone's now forming the grid.
Oh, what the fuck happened there? JDM and Youngblitzen, I don't know what they're doing here, but JDM was in the gravel I saw, and the Red Bull was waiting behind.
That is strange. So I'll sit at the start of the grid, at the very top, and I'll watch Tristan heading into turn 1.
I will let you do your thing.
I will need help. 5 red lights and waiting to go, and we are gone. Looks like Tom Taylor got a decent exit, but Squaff A got an even better exit as the side.
Oh, that's there's massive crash at the back. 4 people.
Squaff and Poppy managed to keep it really clean through turn 1 and 2 as Tristan trying to take advantage of that little squabble, heading down into turn 4 and 5. Can't make an overtake, however. Third down the grid. Nice job, mate. He's getting 2 positions off the line. As Kevin Gurney, he's hit the wall, and I think that might be a DNF for him. Although he seems to be okay, but he is taking a huge hit there.
Does he have damage?
I think he does. He completely smacked the wall. As Poppy is very
The
close
wing
behind.
looks pretty fine.
Ooh, very bad exit out of that corner there for Scruff. Almost allowed Poppy to overtake him as he tries to go for a move down the inside. Yeah, backed out of that there. That was very difficult as nice job, mate, side by side with Tristan heading down into the penultimate corner.
Meanwhile, Scruff is taking the lead.
Tristan outbreaks him, however, gets a worse exit as nice job, mate squeezes past for P4. He's now getting 3 positions.
There's going to be a big battle, I think, in P1 now.
Yeah, JKS Racing going past Tristan as well, and might go for a move on nice job, and he does. He backs out of it. Very smart move there. as he just gained one position off the line. Tristan's falling back a little bit, as in the background I think you can see people following very close behind, but no overtakes happening so far. As JDM's entering the pits as well, as good as there might have been contact.
Yeah, there was the 4 people crash at the start.
Ah.
I think the 2 AlphaTauri, Gooders and it's Closey.
I'm sure that will be reported as we get a lovely shot of all the drivers going down to Minerale. Very close behind each other. This is brilliant racing. Everyone is within a second up to P10.
Oh, Kevin Kiani also. He already got a time penalty. Lap 2, that's pretty early.
It's very early. No penalties will help you massively, especially if it's a late safety car. Positions have not shuffled around too much, however, the 2 Alphas are holding up strong in P1 and 2. Not seeing a move down to turn 1s, everyone's quite far back from each other. Ooh, Phil Donald loses it on the sausage curb and it hits the wall. I don't know if it will have damage.
Oh, Phil Donald, yeah, he has damage.
Oh, that's a shame. As Justino is into the pits. Wonder if he'll go for the one-stop strategy and try to extend the stint to the very end. Yeah, wing damage. And he goes for mediums. Interesting choice.
He might go for medium.
True. Ooh, Poppy and JKS interesting, getting very close to each other out of Minerale, heading down into sector 3. So far, no. Oh, Nostromet has actually gotten past Poppy. He is on a flyer. As now he aims to chase down the 2 Alphas who are right behind each other. And I believe DRS will
Dino lost it. Dino lost it again in the first chicane.
Yeah, very difficult chicane to get the hang of. As we see,
Tom Taylor took the lead.
Yeah, DRS is very powerful, definitely restart finish straight. So what do you think will the strategy kind of be for these people sat here just behind the leaders?
I don't really know. The tower is pretty high.
We do see the ERS percentage being quite high for JKS and Tristan, however quite low for Poppy and Norris Dogmate, who are sat on 20-30%. So definitely smart to save that ERS and then you use it religiously around the track to perhaps help. Ooh, as I just caught Panthlon UK spinning out of Vacuum Mineral, losing the back end. And Pudnick is up by 2 positions. The biggest winner here is Infamous Aim, sat in P9, who's gained 5 positions off the start. However, he does have a penalty.
You might see a move from Scruff again. Oh, he's gone for it.
We do.
So Taylor backs up quickly. You don't want to fight there.
Yeah, indeed, there's not a lot of room, and the curves are especially dangerous.
The grid is staying really close together.
Yeah, indeed, especially from P1 down to P8. Not much of a gap. Everyone really following each other. Huge train. Although Nice Job Mate seems to be making the best of the train, being up by 4 positions, getting past Poppy, and sat behind the 2 Alphas.
JKS is going for the outside.
here we have the DRS straight, so we will probably see some moves as JKS will be getting closer and ever closer to Poppy. 1195.
And the lead is switching positions again. I think we might see this more often.
Yeah, do you think this is like a teamwork thing? Maybe they're in a party? As Poppy's going for the... Ooh, thought about the move. Nice job.
Dino spun again. That's not a good race for him.
It is a massive shame.
I lost it again. Because of the hot tires.
Yeah, those hot tyres must be really hard to race on.
We have a yellow flag in sector 1.
As Pudnik, he is just lost it outside of that uphill hairpin. As there's not as many time penalties as I thought there would be.
Also, Kevin lost in sector 1, first chicane.
Yeah, very punishing track. As JDM is not doing too badly on those hards, although I can imagine they're being painfully slow. And Pudnik has lost it again in sector 2.
Oh, Dino's on the main straight. Oh, he...
That's a safety car then. Was that a DNF or...?
Yeah, he was standing on the main straight.
So what would you do if you were on a drive-through penalty?
I think I would go for the hards.
You'd go for the hards here, and that is very interesting. I would, I pitted lap 11 in my race, and my tyres were pretty decent, so I was...
Yeah, the problem for me is my tyre wear is pretty bad.
As some drivers come out on the mediums, that being Infamous and United one, I wonder if the top guys will box. I wonder what they will go on to.
Pudnik is going on the softs, that's interesting.
That is interesting. It has worked out in the past, as I do recall. Mirko doing something like this before in Tier 1. And
also
did actually...
JDM going in from the hards to the mediums.
But I was definitely pit, as it's a free pit stop on the safety car. But it's the question whether
yeah, that's
hards
for sure, but...
or mediums will be better towards the end of the race. As Tontele is in, so is Scruff.
Scruff is doing a Bottas.
Everyone is in from the top 7. See what tyres they're going to.
Okay, nice job for the mediums. Everyone is going for the mediums, I think.
Oh, Scruff is on the hards, so that'll be very interesting to see where he will come out of.
Scruff almost lost the position to Noise because of the double stack, but
I'm actually surprised he didn't. That is very lucky.
I think they updated the double stack.
I see.
Last update. I saw that on YouTube.
Oh, United
but
one.
United one on P2 without pitting.
He has pit and...
Oh yes, oh yeah, right.
I don't know how he's managed to do that, but that's great for him, as he's ahead of Scruff on the hard, so he'll have far more pace after the restart. But so will JKS in the Williams there in P6 on the soft, and I believe there's quite a big delta between the softs and the mediums here.
We're seeing some really different strategies. That's interesting.
Yeah, but indeed very interesting, especially Scruff and JKS, Panthlon UK and Pudnik. And Phil Donald going for different strategies to see how well that will play out for them.
I think most of the people have switched to the medium tires. Is it right?
I think tyre saving will come into play towards the end of the race, because being on old tyres is not what you want to be on at the end of this track, especially in those very technical, grippy sections where you need as much traction and as much acceleration as you can get. I think that's Panthlon UK losing it again on those hards. Goodison has the driving penalty. That is a heartbreak. Not the first time a heartbreak's happened for Haas. Definitely this track. But Tristan is in a decent position. No penalties for him, as most of the raceman contenders have no penalties apart from the United one, the 3-second time penalty, and they are rarely removed. So we'll have to pull a very quick move on Tom Taylor and scamper away if he wants to have a chance of winning the race.
Both Alfa Romeo drivers have 2 warnings, so
That is
nice job mate has 0 warnings, Poppy has only 1, and JK has also only 1. So
that'll be
the Alfa Romeos might get a penalty.
That'll be huge for Nice Job 8 and Poppy and JKS. If they keep it clean. Oh, there's been a collision between JDM and Panton. But as I was saying, the Alphas are in danger of getting that penalty, which could really affect their end race result. Because it is very difficult to keep within track limits here, and safety car is in this lap. Thankfully no infinite yellow flag glitch.
Normally disappears after the safety car.
I'll watch JKS after the start, see if you can do something with these soft tyres, while also having a look at Tom Taylor and
watch United one and see if he can make a move. That's not looking good for him.
Yeah, JKS didn't get a fantastic restart as I would have probably hoped, but MF on the boss is right behind Tristan heading into turn 1. He kind of backs off a little bit there. As the top few are very close to each other, right under each other's gearbox, as there's no changes in positions, surprisingly. Although Skunk goes for a move on the reserve, keeps it clean, both keep it clean, he goes wide, switch back.
The both rebels are fighting, and one was in the gravel. Yeah, Young Woodson.
Yeah, Pudnik
pushed in the gravel, I think.
I don't think he was pushed, he went wide, trying to get back at his teammate. And now is very slow. I don't know if he has damage or it's just the hards.
It's not looking like he has damage.
Oh,
Kevin lost it.
I think I just witnessed a no, I'm not sure. But he's lost it.
Might be a glitch with the internet.
Probably the case. As further back in the mid-pack are still keeping it very close to each other, but still no moves. But we might see one from Nice Job Mate on Scruff A, as Nice Job Mate has the better compound. Getting very wheel banging down into turn 1. Keeps it clean, and Scruff keeps the position.
And Poppy could be the man now too.
Poppy trying to capitalise.
No, I don't think he will.
I think it's better of it. It is very difficult to stick a wheel up in the inside of that corner, especially. As JK surprisingly hasn't been able to poke at Poppy with the better rubber, as I'm not sure it does actually get past Nice Scrub Rate. And Poppy's right next to him. It's tricky because this is not really a conventional overtaking spot, but down into this corner definitely is. Goes down outside.
Tristan, what happened here? Tristan lost it, I think.
Scoffey has lost it on the chicane, which allows Emma von der Boss to also slip past. Those hards really not being great, but they will come out at the end. Oh no, JKS.
JKS also lost it. It's in last place now, oh no.
Oh no. Even on the softs, but Pudnik has pulled through for P8, but has a very large gap between P8 and P7.
We have some gaps now, so no DRS for the top 5, I think. everyone has more than 1 second.
So it'll be pace led for the rest of this race, as Nice Job Mate is on a fly and JDM gets past Phil Donald.
Kevin lost it again.
Phil Donald going for a switch, well, down a move down the inside, and JDM doesn't manage to get it stick on those harder compounds. The hard's proving to be very difficult to drive on.
JDM has no ERS really, only 11%. Oh, Kevin lost it again, DNF'd.
I think his carcass good as just drove past it.
I think he just gave up the session.
Still within a second, Infamous Aim is the only driver bouncing between 1 second and DRS range. Would he get DRS? He does get DRS on Scruff A. He was dropped a few positions. Infamous Aim, the man to watch, is up by 7 positions, JDM up by 8 positions, and United Run also up by 7 positions.
JK sets the fastest lap in clean air.
Very unfortunate what happened to him.
I don't really saw what happened to him.
Neither did I think he must have lost it. Might have been contact, but Tom Taylor is stretching away, which leaves him vulnerable to Nice Job Mate, who is right behind him.
Tristan could go for a move, and he does, on the inside. Yeah, pretty easy move for him.
That was a good move. What happened to him? Was he also caught up in an incident?
He also spun in Aqua and Mirale.
This track being ever ridiculous. As we've got another time penalty run into the mix. From the boss, he's lost it. Where is he? On the exit of the final corner. This race is truly a roller coaster. He's lost his wing completely. And I think
he wants to go in the pits.
Try and get in the pits. Yeah.
That's what JKS in the pits.
That is a huge shame. This race has been turned on its head multiple times. As Tom Taylor is now set 4 seconds to the car behind.
Ander's going a new set of hearts. That's a weird decision for me.
I would have gone for perhaps the mediums. But JDM is looking for a move on Phil Donald. Doesn't make it, so Phil Donald flies around the outside.
So Tom Taylor already has a 4 second gap to United One, so he's pretty fast.
He's being very fast. But however, there's still a battle between United One, Norris and Poppy. All fighting for P2. And
Poppy got a good exit. That
Poppy,
might be...
yeah, he's got a fantastic exit there. Uses all of his ERS, he has none now. Flies past him. And that was a very easy position for Poppy. As Podnik is also gaining another position on 7-lap old soft, but he will have to box again, I do believe. JDM attacking Phil Donald again, gets past him.
I think Phil Donald was in a gravel.
He was in the gravel there as Tristan is now looking for a move. And he makes it before the corner even starts. Another move for him, those hards are really beating him up so far.
Most of the drivers having ERS problems, I believe.
Yeah, I've noticed 40% for most of the drivers. Then we've got some below 20% for the top few. But Tom Taylor
is really low and still trying to go for the move.
he definitely has some pace locked away under that Ferrari, and he's utilising that, trying to chase on Tom Taylor, I would imagine, as it seems that he does have the pace advantage.
Gooders also lost in Aqua Minerali with many spins there.
Many spins. Cannot count how many there has been, but also for tier 1 as well, a lot of incidents there. Poppy is going to try and pull away from United 1 as much as he can, so he will be uninterrupted trying to attack Tom Taylor. However, United 1 is sticking, but he
looking
might
pretty
not.
good for Poppy.
Looking very good for Poppy. As he is also the driver without time penalty.
Way better exit. United 1 has no DRS.
Yeah.
For the straight.
But Poppy also has no time penalty, which will be huge. So Tom Taylor is not 4 seconds behind, he's only 1 second behind technically, with penalties applied.
Poppy only has 1 warning, so he might get away with it.
He might get away with that, but he has also no ERS.
But everyone is having this problem.
Tristan, oh no, Pulnick is in the pits. It was a shame he had a good track position, but he would have needed to pit for another set of tyres and he goes into the mediums. Jedi in pits as well.
The JD has a time penalty. He goes on hards.
Another very interesting strategy choice.
That's pretty strange. But I think he was on hards before, or not? Yeah, he was on hards before. He could have taken the mediums.
Yeah, I would have definitely taken the mediums from that point on.
He's on 5-lap-old hards now. He used before. That's a pretty strange choice.
That was a very strange choice. He might have not been able to change his strategy. As I'm going to start watching this buffet a little bit more, including for Donald, just to see if those hards will start coming into play here. And Enough on the boss is retired from the session.
He retired in the pits.
I see. Yeah, very unfortunate race for him today. A lot of spins, a lot of mistakes.
I think the race has cooled down a little bit.
Indeed it has. It's all waiting for the strategy to come into play now, with the hard runners and the medium runners, as no one's on the soft anymore. And now it's a question of if Poppy can close that distance to Tom Taylor before the end of the race. They have a lot of time to do so. 12 laps, a lot of potential for a safety car, as the reserve and the Rebel gets 3 seconds time penalty.
I think most of the drivers, maybe almost everyone, will go to the end with the tires they have right now.
Yeah, definitely. I doubt there'll be any pit stops unless someone tries to go for a fastest lap to steal that 2 points, which might be big for the championship.
Oh, United 1 gets a warning, and it's a 3-second time penalty.
I believe that is 6 seconds now.
Oh, he has 6.
Infamous with the 9, that will hurt him quite a lot.
Oh yeah, that's right, he has 6 seconds.
But Poppy, crucially, still with no warnings, well, penalties. But ladies and gentlemen, Tom Taylor taking it away, fantastic pace from the start, from qualifying, brought it into the race. It's just a question if he can keep that P1, as we just saw that Ferrari over the horizon there. Poppy has gained 2/10 over the course of a couple of laps.
He's closed a little bit, but I don't think that's enough to get him from the end of the race.
Yeah, it only has to close 8/10 in order to win provisionally. So I think he has that in mind. So I bet what's going through his head is that I can perhaps chill, maybe cool down a little bit, and maybe save tyres for the end of the race and then really start to push for that win.
I think battles that we could see soon is Tristan and Infamous and JKS and Putnik. They are looking like they're closing a little bit the gaps.
Yeah. It is a shame for Tristan. He did have really good pace against the Tier 1 guys on Thursday. Been a little bit unlucky earlier this race, but he's getting very close to Infamous Aim, who seems to be struggling.
He's almost in DRS range together.
JKS Racing has now gotten to DRS range of Pudnik, trying to claw back his positions. Oh, and Pudnik loses
Putnik
it.
lost it.
That's a shame, because now he's 7 seconds
United
back.
one is in the pits. Oh, he's going for the 2-stop.
Interesting. He could go for softs, but they will be
Going
very,
for another set of mediums.
very short towards the end. Yeah, that was a. They will quite comfortably go towards the end.
I'm pretty sure softs can make that.
They could. He has stopped twice. Everyone else has stopped at least once.
Could be close with the Red Bull. Not really. But he has the better tires now, so he could get away.
I don't know if you've
Get through
noticed,
easily.
but Scruff 8 has closed the gap to Norris Jobmate on the hards. So I'm not sure if there's been a mistake from Norris Jobmate. But a big difference between both drivers is that Norris Jobmate is sat on 40% battery and Scruff 8 with 80. So more than double at his disposal. As Tom
Taylor's
Taylor
also in the pits.
Could this be a blunder, or do you think it will actually pay off?
I'm not sure, but I think it is.
It goes on
I think Poppy will go to the end and win this race.
Poppy will definitely try
He
to do
could
so,
go to the end.
as he does not have a penalty, so that'll be big, and he's got 8-second advantage.
Is it possible for us to see like how much tire wear they have?
Yeah, not percentage-wise, but we can see how many laps they've been on. For example,
yeah.
Poppy's been on 13.
Yeah, I thought of the percentage, but okay.
Yeah, unfortunately not. But Tom does come out 7
we
seconds
have
behind
spin
Tristan.
again from a Haas. Good as again in Guaminarani. This corner isn't friendly to the guys today.
Very tricky. I do apologise. I just saw someone parked there. I don't know who that was.
You might have seen Gooders, I think.
Perhaps it was good as yes.
Oh, we have another spin. Pantalan, UK. I think he's in clutch, okay. That was looking weird.
Yeah, very unforgiving track for these two tier 2 drivers
So
today.
Tristan is going into the pits for softs.
Very interesting. I thought there'd be more one-stop strategies, which I think the top few are doing. Especially Scruff.
Tom Taylor could still be a thing on the soft tires.
True, yeah.
He had the gap to Poppy.
but also Poppy was closing that gap with that time penalty, so I'm not sure if he's trying to go for the fastest lap, or I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure that P2 is still possible for Tom Taylor. P1 could be hard.
Definitely, if he really gets on with it. So we have a spin, or even a collision down into turn one.
That looked like a collision between JDM and Podnick.
It did. Podnick was in a good position towards the middle of this race, but now has fallen back quite vigorously.
Trim is also going to the pits.
Interesting indeed. Now Tom Taylor is right behind his teammate on the faster compound. This is a very interesting race now, with all the different strategies. We could see some prevail, some lose out. There's quite a lot now going on to the soft compound compound tyre. As Scruff is now within 1 second of North Dogmate, I think they're hard to
GDM is going for the move from Pantalon on the main straight. And he has his no ERS, but he still likes it.
Using a bit of grass there, trying to get right round him, and he does so on better tyres. JKS Racing making his comeback.
He's already back on P9.
However, he has got Tristan on the soft compound tower, but it does have the slow Red Bull and then 16 lap old hards, so Tristan will be looking to get past him as quickly as possible.
I think Scruff is on the better tires than Noise now.
I would agree.
On the harder tires.
Tristan's going down the inside of the Red Bull on the main straight. Pulls out.
We need to ask him how we should call him in the stream.
Yeah, we probably should.
I have absolutely no idea how to pronounce his name.
Neither do I. For now, here's the Red Bull. As he pulls out a second within literally 4 corners. Far superior compound of tower. No, Phil Donald's lost it on the Acromignole again, which allows Tom Taylor to slip up into P4.
I think Scruff is going for the move now into P2. It's using some ears. I think we'll make it easily.
He has way more ears than Noise to attack and defend. And that was a very easy move. And
also,
yeah, those hards are far better now than those mediums.
Also, Tristan will make a pretty easy move, I guess, now. Way better traction. Absolutely no problem for him.
No trouble whatsoever. There's nothing that's made a move on the Red Bull. The same straight, same corner. Another very easy move. As JKS is right behind the Red Bull now.
Goodness is on the fresh soft tires. Maybe he's going for the fastest lap.
Yeah. He is quite a way back from the rest of the field.
Let's see who has the fastest lap. Right now it's Tom Taylor with a 1:16.8.
Tom Taylor, okay.
It's going to be pretty hard to beat.
Indeed, definitely, because he had a huge bank of ERS when he put on those softs. And he's putting in some very decent sex times. He's trying to his best. He's already caught up to North Dogmate. No, I believe spun. So P podium is no question. here, he will definitely get a podium here, as none of the drivers top 3 have penalties.
Infamous is going for a move now. Wonderful Donald. No, not using ERS. For some reason.
Oh, he goes wide.
He braked really late. Oh, he went on the brass.
Yeah, I think he's trying to avoid contact there, which is fair play to him. As JKS is still not, has gotten past the Red Bull this time, and is now looking to snatch up more positions. However, Infamous has got the fastest tyre. I keep saying tyre.
22 levels hards against 2 level softs.
He's doing a mega job.
Shouldn't be that difficult.
Yeah, you can really see Jordan are struggling through the corners. Almost like he's got wing damage. But he doesn't, it's just those really sluggy tyres. Tom Taylor is very close to nice job, mate. Now we should see him move.
Pretty sure he will get the next lap.
Definitely. Neither driver has a lot of ERS.
Now Infamous again. Ooh, that was close one. Phil Donald is defending.
Goes wide.
Oh, JKS slips through.
JKS uses that to his advantage. Nice.
Oh,
he is very opportunistic.
Tom Taylor's attacking on the inside in the chicane. With the way better traction, he goes through easily. But Moise might have an opportunity with the DRS.
Yeah, he will, because the DRS detection zone is just past them there. Although he gets
the gap is already
very large indeed, yeah. You get a bare exit. Tom Taylor is only now 2 seconds behind his teammate. Although he did make up a lot of ground with our DRS, but it is not enough.
Going to be interesting to see if he can close the gap to his teammate and overtake him. Also, although he has time penalty.
Yeah. So Poppy might have been very smart in staying out on the one stop, as he knows that he has track position, he has no penalties.
Tom Taylor has 9 seconds of penalties.
That is really
saw. So Noise is on the podium when he would only drop into P4, yeah.
Poppy only has one warning still, so he is set for the rest of this race, as long as he can keep it clean. But Tom Taylor is already within the DRS range for his teammate. Very good exit. DRS. He should be able to reach him before turn 1 and see what he can do.
Get from Scruff to Poppy is all talk. It's only 2 seconds. I'm sure it was more before that.
Yeah, same. That would have been a perhaps a mistake from Poppy, but Scruff A does not put up much resistance to his teammate, so I do believe there is some teamwork.
Oh yes, being punted on the standing next to the track. Scruff could still win this.
But he has to pull out 9 seconds in 2 laps and get past Poppy, who is quite literally a boat at this point. However, what could be good is Scruff could use his teammate to leapfrog Poppy, who has the worst tyres at this stage. So going on those hards might be really beneficial, but he only has 2 laps to make a wonderful move.
Let's see if they work together. Poppy wants to steal the DRS. What is going on here?
But this might be a very big brain,
really
because
good for Scruff.
Scruff is great. This is great for Scruff.
Oh, Poppy got the DRS. be absolutely game changing.
Indeed, because now he only has next lap.
Oh, but Tom Taylor goes for the move.
It's a very intense last few laps. Ooh, the bad contact.
Yeah, Tom Taylor, no, you need to get through for his teammate.
He needs to get through. As Scruff is just waiting for his opportunity. As for the rest of the grid, Infamous Aim is close to JKS, trying to close that gap. Can't make a move into the first corner, but the eyes are all set on the first
Maybe
two
it would
here.
be the best option for Alfa Romeo to just let Scruff through.
Definitely. As he does not have a penalty. But his teammate is holding him up at this point.
Because Tom Taylor's just,
in the way of his teammate.
In the way. Now
But
Scruff could.
This could now be good for Scruff.
Oh, Tom Taylor, this is not what you want to say.
They're getting very desperate now as they're heading on to the final lap of the race. And I think Scruff is using all of his ERS, trying to make a move.
Tom Taylor slowing down on the straight. Oh no!
Scruff has lost it. Loses position to nice job, mate, and maybe even the United one. That is really unfortunate. Definitely no team play going on there. That is heartbreaking for Scruffy, but I do think he might be able to claw it back as... Yeah.
He will.
No, he won't.
He will get P4 in this race, but still, I don't know what the Alfa Romeos did there.
Neither do I.
Wasn't that smart?
It wasn't. It would have been smart for constructors to let Scruffy pass and maybe try to overtake Poppy, because Poppy will be your winner for today, regardless of what will happen, because of his 12 seconds of time penalty.
Tom Taylor almost spun him.
Getting very desperate, but it's nothing he can do now. No way he can gap 12 seconds in one corner. He's not kind of kid. Poppy across the line to win.
Tom Taylor got another penalty. This might be P5 for him.
It might, yeah, it might even be so. But a nice job, mate. Pipped him for the podium spot, podium spot, and Scruff does also
still on P4.
But it could have been a...
Scruff could have won this.
Yeah, indeed.
But I think Tom Taylor should have just backed out there and let Scruff try to overtake him.
Especially knowing with all his penalties. But as it takes you through the grid, we have Poppy with a full four. Ferrari has won. We have a nice job, mate, in the Mercedes. We have both Alfa Romeos. Tristan P5 in the end. Good result from him. The United one, JKS P7, which is a great comeback from the last in the grid. We have Infamous Aim and the reserve for Red Bull. I really need to learn your name. Phil Donald crossing the line now in P10, but might turn into P11 as JDM gets P10. Pudnick coming across the line very shortly in P12, and that is your grid. So that was a very intense race. There's so many strategy differences, a lot of interesting team choices, especially between the Alphas. I don't think Sick Boy would be very impressed with that. But there is your podium. Poppy extending his championship lead out the front already. Safe to say that he's a fantastic driver. We've also have him in Tier 1. Was also doing quite well. And we have the Alpha Boys in P3 and 4 from P1 and 2 on the grid after qualifying. Definitely could have been more.
I think that might be a championship winning race. No, not really championship winning, but really big one.
Yeah, huge for Poppy, especially as there's only 3 rounds to go.
Pretty sure his gap's going to be like 40 points or something to P2.
But definitely somewhere between 30 and 40. Standings will be out a lot quicker this time around.
Are we doing interviews? Or
we could do interviews. but there is your grid. Phil Donald snatches the fastest lap with 1:16, which is blindingly fast. Who do you want to invite?
I don't know really.
Some guys, definitely
Let's just
the
ask if
Alphas.
someone wants to.
I've asked the Discord see if they want to do some interviews.
Shit is going crazy again against JDM.
Yes,
Oh, probably want to join.
oh, probably wants to join us in the end fight. Tristan as well. I hope you've got some questions lined up. Yeah. So we'll do Poppy. Where is he? I've got such a big long list of names. Okay, there we go. I've added Poppy and Tristan. I'll see if I can get JDM in. As there is Mr. P5 finisher Tristan. It will interview you first. So quite a very strong result for you there in P5. It didn't seem very bright for you at the like start of the race, midway through the race, and then you clawed it back to P5. Can you like kind of explain what happened to you during the race?
In like sector 2, sector 3, whatever it was.
Oh yeah.
Aquamin
And then I spun, so it kind of messed up my. And so
So you
I went
spun?
for the. I was gonna go for the one stop, but everyone else went in when the safety car came out, and I just decided to follow the pack.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask everyone what their strategy choices were because we saw a lot of differences. 2 stops, 1 stops, hard tires.
Well, I
medium
was.
tires.
Yeah, my plan was to go soft medium, but obviously me pitting for the mediums early.
Yeah,
meant
you
that.
have.
We want to.
Yeah, definitely. We did see quite a lot of instances where Phil Donald on those hards was actually gaining time on others, especially Poppy on those very old mediums. So in the end it worked out for you, P5, fantastic result. And we'll go on to our race winner, Poppy 1195. Talk me through it.
Yeah, I just managed to carve my way through until I think it was like mid-lap 20s. Tom Taylor appeared. And he already had 3-second penalty, so I thought I'll leave it. I'll just stick it on my mediums. And I think lap 28 I had to start major tyre wear because I was already on 87% at this point.
Yeah,
So,
we did mention during the race that it would be smart for you to stay out on the 1 stop, knowing that Tom Taylor did have that large amount of penalties accumulated. So
Just want to point out, apparently people can't hear us.
Yeah, I've just forgot about that. I have to be on the game for people to hear the interviews. But yeah, Great
You
result
too.
for you, and almost easy. Were you like kind of relaxing towards the end when you saw those 12-second time penalties against Tom Taylor's name?
Yeah, I saw those 12 seconds and I saw Scruff let him go through, and I was like, okay, cool, that's fine. And then I think those two just like got mixed up, or I think took each other out on like lap 31. And then once that happened, I thought, right, that's it. P1's basically done. I just need to make sure my tyre doesn't fall off, and I should be fine.
Yeah, that was we saw your warnings. You had one warning throughout the entire race, which is really impressive, and it really helped you, especially towards the end.
Yeah,
And you've extended your championship lead by a further 26 points. That must feel great.
yeah. It's nice to have the big gap, because I knew if I DNF now, then I've got that safety margin where I
Yeah,
can stay in front.
very
even
big
after
safety
that,
net.
so yeah, it's good. It makes me a bit more relaxed.
That's great. So we'll move on to JDM. Are you here? Hello. So P10 for you. That is very solid result for you, especially looking at other races. Obviously not your highest race position, but talk us through it. What kind of happened?
Gooders and the Ferrari one, the new one,
Yeah,
Clausy, I think.
So yeah, it seemed like a very solid race apart from the lap 1 incident, but after pitting quite early as well, you managed to pull out a P10 finish, which is pretty good for you. Definitely. Yeah, so that's right. So good race from you, and I think we'll leave it there and end the stream. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in, and hope you enjoyed this race. And that's it from me and Steph.